Des Moines and all of Central Iowa, welcome to Max World Live. Max World is your world. Every day we talk about the issues and topics that matter most to you. And as always, it's your voice we want to hear in Max World. So join the conversation by calling 515-244-0077. And now, here's the host of Max World Live, J. Michael McCoy.
All right, 7 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock on Monday, the 25th day of January, 1 week. 1 week, and they'll all be gone. Everybody will be gone. They won't even remember Iowa. As long as they pay their bills, they'll be gone. Does anybody else feel that way, or is it just me?
Are you saying we're going to get dropped like a bad habit?
We are for another 3 years. It just seems, but it's what everybody's talking about. But I don't hear anybody but candidates and the people that work for the candidates saying they're having any fun. They're enjoying it.
I have fun.
With the caucuses?
I'm having fun with this stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But you got to keep in mind, okay, so it's snowing right now at the Merle Hay Mall at our studios. It's snowing, and it makes me happy, right? It's caucus time, and I'm happy. Those two things should tell you one key thing about me. I'm not native to Iowa.
Yeah,
right?
right.
I'm still a newbie. All this stuff is exciting to me because I'm still a newbie. You know, 5 years.
Have you
years
figured out where you caucus yet?
Yes, I know. In fact, but for those, and I'll mention this in the community calendar next segment, but for those who are not sure, what I did is I just Google the Family Leader. Go to the Family Leader's website.
Right.
They've got links that you can click to get you where you need to go to find out, because it's different than where you would do your voting.
You know, I got to talk to Tana Gertz yesterday.
How's she doing?
Where'd you run into Tana at?
No, I probably got yesterday upwards of 20 robocalls, and Tana Gertz being one of them.
But she was a robocall?
Yes,
was
she was a robocall.
Robocalling you, yeah.
For the Donald Trump campaign.
My wife texted me earlier. You know, my wife stays home. We homeschool, and somebody from the Cruz campaign came by, and he's from Texas up here, and my wife was like, "Hey, we're from Texas. We moved up here," and he just went, "Why? Why would you move here?" I got a kick out of that. That was.
All right, so we've got some news stories to talk about a little bit, and this day is going to be filled with I don't know. If you're looking for rainbows and puppy dogs and sunshine and smiles, I may not be the guy you want to listen to today, because I've dug up some dirt.
Fear and loathing.
On what's going on with these campaigns. And a buddy of mine, Mark Sherrod, is leading a protest against Hillary Clinton tonight.
Whoa!
At Drake University.
Really? A protest?
And he wants your help.
Okay.
Frank, you could go. You could go. He's got signs that says, "Remember Benghazi."
I'd probably end up in Polk County.
He Mark is a prisoner of war.
Okay.
Or was a prisoner of war, and he went and saw 13 Hours.
Oh.
He's. I mean, I've known this guy a long time, and he's been out of shape. He's been out of shape. He's contacted all the campaigns. He's contacted all the networks. Him and I don't know how many people are going to show up. They're going to show up at 6 o'clock outside of where they're going to do that Democratic debate tonight. And they're not, it's going to be peaceful. I mean, Mark's not he wouldn't cause a problem, but they've got all these signs made that says, "Remember Benghazi, remember Benghazi." And so he's going to call in about an hour and talk to us a little bit about this. Plus, I've got a letter that he wrote that I want to read for you.
Wow.
But there just isn't any news. I mean, we have a 71-year-old woman who police say was murdered, and they checked on her at 4:30 Sunday morning. Yeah. And it's being investigated as a homicide. They went to her house for a welfare check. That's not a check written to you by the government for welfare. They were worried about her. She wasn't answering the door or whatever, so they went over and they found the body.
To check on her welfare.
Of 71-year-old Norma Jean McNeely. And apparently, I had a little birdie told me, I'll use the Steve Deace line. A little birdie told me that this poor woman was beaten, like ugly beaten. like you wouldn't want to see it. That kind of ugly beating. So they think they have an idea of who may be responsible for this, but that's the first homicide in 2016 in Des Moines, Iowa.
That's absolutely terrible.
Yeah. 71 years old. You know, my grandmother, not the one I liked, she was like 80 and she was raped and beaten, and it's just horrible. It's just horrible what people do. So anyway, that is like the only news that doesn't have something to do with the caucuses. Oh, well, that and gun purchases. Guess what? Gun purchases are crazy. 7,000 background checks in 2014. 2015, 25,941. So almost 5 times 7 is 4 times, almost 4 times as many.
Is that just here in Iowa?
Yeah. Iowans looking to purchase a gun may have to be patient. Gun dealers and sheriff's departments around the state say they are seeing an influx in sales and applications for permits. In Polk County, the sheriff's department saw 1,000 more gun carry permit applications in December than they ever had before. Scott County, they've got a 3-week waiting line. And you know why this is. Everybody's assuming that Obama will pull another executive decision, or I guess that's a movie. You know, whatever it is.
Executive order.
Yep.
Executive order, and do something with the Second Amendment, which won't hold up in court. It just shows you the kind of person he is and the kind of people that vote for him. Here's an idea. In 2011, the state of Iowa issued 10,518 permits. Last year, what did I say it was? 25,000. So that's the number of people that are going up. The Iowa House panel okays bill over gun rights in an emergency. Woodbury County Sheriff David Drew believes the influx is the result of a rising safety concerns and also the president's mood. Also high-profile gun crimes like San Bernardino and Paris. After some major incidents, people talk about their own safety. And with social media, it only drives rumors and innuendos. I love that word, innuendos. Even before the president's spiel, I think the spikes had a lot to do with these attacks. Bob, you worked in the DCI for years and years and years. What would spike gun sales or gun interest 20 years ago? Because we didn't have terrorist attacks. We didn't really have attacks like we have now. Was it just pretty steady Eddie?
Well, I think it's a matter of people knew what their rights were and they wanted to still protect themselves at that time. I think now that it's in the news and all of these shootings are taking place, it just puts a lot more fear in individuals. But, you know, I got my permit years and years ago before all of this, additional killings were taking place.
Did you have to have that for working for the DCI?
Well, at one point, I had a professional permit to carry when I worked doing crime scene work.
What's the difference between a professional permit and the permit I could get?
Well, yours obviously is a non-professional. It means that it's not, and that's what I have now.
Between Bob and Frank, all they do is insult me all day long.
Your line of work does not require you to fire
the professional
gun.
Is for your line of work.
Do they know I work with Frank?
Yeah, so...
But I know, what could you do with your professional permit that I couldn't do with my amateur permit?
Oh, see, if I'm in law enforcement, then you have to enforce the law, which means...
You got a badge, right?
No, I didn't have a badge. I had credentials. I was still a civilian.
Okay.
But when I was working crime scene investigations, you had bad guys that were still at large that weren't caught, and many times they'd come back to the scene of the crime just to see what's going on.
Yeah, rubbernecking. And
so if we don't have coverage from police departments, then we have to make sure we can protect ourselves.
Well, anyway, guns. Seems like everybody wants one. And our friend over at Crossroads, he's just packed. He's in the newspaper again this weekend. I mean, everybody's going to him and talking to him and finding out about buying guns and that kind of stuff.
It's a great place to get trained if it's a great place to take lessons, to learn how.
Yeah, you can go in there, and I'm not sure the price. I think it's $80.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you can go through all the paperwork you need, and then all you have to do is acquire the gun, take it to the sheriff, they'll sign off on it, and you're done. And you now have a concealed weapons permit, I guess, is what it is.
Yes, that's what it is a concealed weapon.
Is there a permit to carry a gun that you can't conceal?
No.
No, so a concealed weapons permit is the right to carry a gun.
Right.
Okay, Frank?
When I was a teenager and a young guy...
back in 1872.
Postal shootings was the big rage back
it's true.
Back when I was younger, and you hardly ever hear of a postal shooting anymore.
No, that's true. That's true. That the term "gone postal."
Go postal.
Gone postal. All right. A couple things that some candidates said over the weekend got a little heated. Speaking of shooting, did you hear what Donald Trump said?
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. I got to look up the exact quote for you.
Bob is giving us the look.
I mean, he says a lot of things. What did I miss?
Do you have the direct quote? Because I won't paraphrase it here. So
I do.
Mac is pulling up the direct quote, but it was pretty funny, and it made a lot of news over the weekend.
Quote unquote, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people, the polls? They say I must have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Okay, I did hear that.
His exact words.
All right, we're coming back live here Monday. Thanks for being here. Everybody's here, and you're here, so it's a great day right here on The Truth.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on webcast1live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, because I've been there.
Rock and Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for their opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens. Rock on. This is Pat McManus for Rock and Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
21 minutes after 3:21 in the afternoon. We're going to cover more of the caucus news. You know, our phone lines are open. I'd love it if you'd call and change the topic. I can't see past the caucuses right now. I am being inundated with candidates and candidate requests to come on the show. In fact, I feel bad. A candidate couldn't be here during the live time. And the time that they could come in and we could record something was, it was right when I had a Bible study, and I said no.
6 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
It was 7:30.
Oh.
Yeah, 7:30 in the morning. And I said, I'm just not going to walk out on my Bible study if you can't. Oh, and they couldn't guarantee me he'd be here. Things might change. So, you cheer me up. Call and tell me a funny joke. Do something. 244-0077. You could also text us at the Servants Legends Truth text line at 809-0993. That you could text, and Bob's monitoring the text, and Ryan's taking care of the phones. We've got candidates and candidate representatives in this week. They've tried to double book, triple book. Does that make me a bad guy to just say no?
No, I don't think it is.
They're not going to say anything to me that they're going to say to anybody else, and that everybody else has heard.
No, right. These candidates are getting free airtime. They're getting free press, and they think that they can just tell us that we got to jump when they say jump. And I don't think that, if they want to get on the radio, they come when they can get on the radio. If they want the free airtime, if they want to share why we should all vote for them, I think they should take the time to come here.
All right, let's. Do we have some new? Oh, we have some new community calendar music, ladies and gentlemen, live from Ryan Studios. Strike the music up.
That's very calming. So this is the community calendar. Just a couple of things, and the biggest thing I want to let you know about, something we've been promoting now for a couple of weeks, an event that we have announced has been canceled. So tomorrow was the Believer in Civic Involvement Conference with Dr. Russell Moore. Dr. Russell Moore was not able to be here because he was in D.C. and caught in all this storm stuff, and they were not able to get out. So he is not going to be able to make it because of the weather. So the event tomorrow that was at First Family Church in Ankeny featuring Dr. Russell Moore has been canceled. Sorry about that. Of course, I'm excited about this. I want you guys to join me. February 1st, Monday, is the Transformation Challenge. David Bush, Joe T. Well, Fit for the King. This is the Transformation Challenge. I'm involved. It's $25. You can get healthy. Be encouraged. Join with other people that want to get healthy. Go to fit4theking.net. That's fit4theking.net. You can sign up there. That starts on Monday. That's 1 week from today. I'm excited about that. Also, 1 week from today on Monday, of course, everybody's talking about it. You just mentioned it. It is caucus night. So definitely caucus. Whoever you're going to caucus for.
Like balmy, like up in the upper 40s.
Are you serious?
Monday. Yeah.
Wow, that's just going to be crazy. Well, no one's going to want to go because nobody's going to want to be inside, see? But it'll be a nice night. You should go no matter what the weather's like. Go Monday, February 1st to caucus night. If you want to find out where you can caucus, this is what I did. You can do it. Go to thefamilyleader.com. Thefamilyleader.com. They'll have a button there where you can get all your questions answered on how to caucus, where to go, get all signed up. It'll be great. That's 1 week from tonight. It's caucus night. That's the community calendar. The community calendar is sponsored by myprepperdirect.com, offering discounts on all water filtration products when you enter promo code TRUTH at checkout. It's better to be prepared than scared. Go to myprepperdirect.com. In fact, just got a call from my trainer, Joe T. Well.
You're a trainer. Listen to this.
That's
You're
right.
a trainer.
He did. Look at that.
You have a trainer.
Bam. Joe
Yeah,
T.
you
Well
did.
right there. There he is.
Do you have yoga pants?
Do I have yoga pants? No, I don't
that you
have
train
yoga pants.
in?
No.
Do you have like a muscle shirt?
I have sweatpants. Yeah.
So are you going to lift weights?
No, man. Look, here's my plan on how to lose weight.
I'm not going to eat 3 pizzas at a sitting. That's what I'm going to do.
Look, I really think there's a couple things that I'm going to do that I think will make a big difference.
Eat slower.
I'm going to eat slower. I have.
Drink more water.
My lunch today, it took me 2 hours to consume my lunch today.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. I'm in the process of doing that right now. Got my big water thing here. Got to drink how many we figure this, Frank?
You've drank half of that since you've
Yeah, but how many of these I got to
6 of them.
I got to do 6 of these every day.
How many ounces are those?
It's 24, 25 ounces, this thing. So I got to do 6 of those every day. And the other thing I'm going to do that...
I drink more water than that.
Yeah, but see, I don't drink that much water, so that's going to help me. The other thing I think I'm going to do is I am going to look into a particular gym to join and do some exercise there. But the other thing that's really simple, and this is, eat on purpose. I'm going to think about what I eat before I eat it. I'm not just going to eat because there's food there, which is my tendency. And for a guy who's fat and likes to eat, those kind of things, some of those simple changes are going to make a world of difference. Plus, I'm looking forward to the interaction with other people, the daily devotionals, the encouragements, the testimonies, the videos, all that kind of stuff, to be excited about it.
And you're not going to ride the elevator.
So here's my plan. This is my idea.
Oh man, he's already
No. I think this is really cool. Because here's my thing about the elevator. I will, but see, look, if I'm going to the gym, I don't necessarily need to take the stairs, but I may take the stairs anyway. But my thing about the stairs was, I thought on Monday I'll go 1 floor and get on the elevator. Tuesday go 2, 3, kind of work my way up. That was if I wasn't going to go to the gym, but I think I'm going to go to the gym. So
when
anyway,
are you going to go to the gym?
Before in the morning.
Early in the morning?
Yeah, man. Get up and at least do a treadmill, something like that, a couple times a week. Like, I seriously, it's shameful. I don't move that much. I think if I eat on purpose, drink more water, and move more, I'm going to crush this thing.
Why don't you just walk around the mall?
That's the other thing. I would think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
If I decide to do that, I might let folks know, and maybe they can come join me over the lunch hour, and we can walk the mall. That'd be really fun.
If you'll wear yoga pants, I'll take a picture and put it on
And
Facebook.
we could we could get a T-shirt with a sign on your back that says 99.3 The Truth.
It says "Kick me when I'm thin."
All right. So are you gonna let us know what the starting weight is, and then as you lose, or is that a big secret?
How about I'll let you know if I've gained or lost. I don't know if I'm going to tell you the total number. I don't even know the total number right now. Well, I do not know my cumulative weight. Of all the things that I'm not looking forward to, it's weigh-in number 1.
You don't know what you weigh?
I do not know.
How long has it been since you stepped on I stepped on a scale this morning.
I don't know.
I do it every time I get out of the shower.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you had to guess.
I don't want to.
Frank, guess.
Are you like the carny?
North of 3.
North of 200. We talked about that last time. Remember?
Oh yeah,
I'm north of 200.
Yeah.
Well, now,
right.
when we were downtown,
honey, how much do you love me? North of I love you.
Downtown,
North of a little.
at the Wells Fargo, they had a nice scale in the Wells Fargo Bank.
Oh yeah,
you remember that? I think that weighed in excess of.
I think it went to like 600.
Yeah, 600 pounds.
We could take you down there.
Where was this? I'm sorry.
Wells Fargo branch downtown.
There you go. They got a cattle scale down there.
Remember when we had the studios down there? If you walked south over to the Wells Fargo building, it was there. It was a big old scale. And
it was free, or did you got to pay about it?
Oh, no, it was free.
You just stepped on when you walked out the door.
Yeah.
Chris,
alarms and bells would go off if you're the record.
They draw attention to you.
With the cameras, you're the record.
And they give you an ice cream.
On chat, a suggestion from Mommy Brad.
Yeah.
Simple fix, take the steps. And Bill W. says you need Tony Little's Gazelle.
Tony Little's Gazelle?
Yeah, that's
it's an infomercial.
Guru on
is that some workout
on the shopping
thing?
network?
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, for a guy like me, and I think for a lot of people, those little things: eating on purpose, drinking more water, and moving. Intentionally moving, getting out and doing some kind of exercise.
Circulation.
I think those 3 things make a big difference in anybody's life. So that's going to be me. And I think the attitude change that Joe called me. I get a text anytime somebody voicemails me, and it describes it. What Joe called to say was to say congratulations for signing up for the Fit for the Challenge, Fit for the King Challenge. Because, it's all about celebrating those one little victories. If I walk the stairs, there should be a parade for me. That's what I want. I want a parade.
I'll throw you a parade.
All right.
I will. I'll have all the listeners come, and we'll get one of those things like the King Tut would ride on, and the guys would carry the sticks, and you can sit there like royalty, and we'll parade you all around the mall.
Nice. I'd love it.
I'd
love it. Hey, if anybody wants to join me in all seriousness, fit4theking.net, fit4theking.net. This is not a paid advertisement. I'm seriously just going to do it, and I'd like to do it with you. So
me?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Chicken.
244-0077. That's the phone number if you'd like to call and join us today. Also, you can get us on the Service Legends Truth text line at 809-0993.
Yes, I've got one of the texts that came in. Just wanted to say it was a response to Donald Trump's quote about shooting but not losing any votes.
Yeah.
And the question is, but would he ask God for forgiveness?
No. No.
If he shot somebody, would he ask God for forgiveness? That's pretty good. That's a great text.
Grace Like Rain sent me something today, and I want to read it to you. The headline is, Yes, Christians, you are supposed to judge Donald Trump. And this was written by Eric Erickson, and I don't know who that is. It's thesurgent.com. One of the most ignorant responses to my piece about pastors and Trump is from those saying that the Bible says we are not to judge Donald Trump. They say he is a Christian. No, I'm sorry. Donald Trump says he's a Christian, therefore we should not judge him. Statements like that reveal a shallow theology. Shallow theology. In fact, because Donald Trump proclaims himself a Christian, we absolutely are to judge him. The Bible makes that explicit in 1 Corinthians. I guess I should say 1 Corinthians. I wrote to you in my letter not to associate with sexually immoral people, not at all meaning that sexually immoral of this world, or the greedy and swindlers or idolaters, but since then you would need to go out of the world. But now I am writing to you not to associate with anyone who bears the name of brother if he is guilty of sexual immorality or greed or is an idolater, revealer. What's a revealer? Reveler, sorry.
Troublemaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank, drunkard or swindler, not even to eat with such a one. For what have I to do with judging outsiders? It is not those inside the church whom you are to judge. God judges those outside, pure and evil people from among you. Eric goes on to say Donald Trump claims to be a Christian. He also claims the thing he has in common with his daughter is they both have sex.
What? That didn't translate.
He also claims the thing he has in common with his daughter is that they both have sex. I'm just telling you what's on my thing here. He cheated on his first wife and his second wife, and now he has a third wife. He, on several occasions, had said he has no need to repent and has never asked God for forgiveness. Contrary to Cain, as in Cain and Abel, who murdered his brother, we in the church are our brother's keepers. We are to hold each other accountable. When we are confronted by a man who calls himself a Christian and does not admit he is a sinner, says he has never needed to repent, has tried to take a widow's home against her consent, and has been divorced multiple times and committed adultery, you absolutely are called to judge. The Bible is explicit in this. If you call yourself a Christian and support Donald Trump, feel free to. But don't hide behind your faith as an excuse for supporting him, as some are. And don't get in high dungeons when the rest of us point out Christians are supposed to repent. And do not dare say we should not judge. Not only do you flat out misunderstand Matthew 7, you ignore 1 Corinthians 5.
There's supposed to be no religious litmus test for president, whoever wrote that.
Well, I disagree with you on that, and we'll talk about that when we come back, live on The Truth.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast 1 Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid.
I am Bernie Homs.
And I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed, fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed right or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're gonna make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money-back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
"22 minutes before the top of the hour, Salem Radio Network News, and then we're back. Mark Sherrod will be on with us. There's no reason for you to know who he is. You'll know who he is after this. He is a local man who is planning a protest tonight outside of Drake University, where Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders and O'Malley are going to have another Democratic debate. Mark is a former prisoner of war in the Vietnam era, and he went and saw 13 Hours, and he is bent. He's bent. I've known Mark for a long time. I've never seen him like this. He almost going sleepless. He's got the signs all made. All he needs is people to show up and hold those signs up. There's not going to be any violence or anything like that, but the signs simply say, "Remember Benghazi." So we'll talk to him in the next hour. All right. Now, Frank, what was the comment that you made to me right before we went to break?
I was saying that there should be no litmus test. According to our Constitution, there's no litmus test for a religious litmus test for president.
Okay. How about morality?
Is there a morality test? I don't know.
Well, if somebody lies to you over and over and over and makes you try to feel foolish, don't you think that would be a horrible characteristic for a president to have?
Well, is that a sitting president or a nominee to be?
Well, sitting president, we're used to that in the last 8 years.
He lies to us about every time he opens his mouth.
But Donald Trump wants you to think that he's a Christian. And there are a lot of cultural Christians out there. I can't believe I'm going to cross this line. I'm going to cross the line. I'm going to pull a Chris Roloff. Well, I am. I'm going to say something that's just horrible. Because I had people say this about me before Jesus mugged me. Well, you're not a Christian. He's not a Christian, they'd say.
So now are you waiting for Tana to slap you around a little bit today?
Tana can slap me around if she wants. But Donald Trump is not a Christian. Now, well, how do you know? Well, how do we know he's not, Chris?
Well, we know because the simple measure that I measure on myself is a Christian is someone who has acknowledged that they are a sinner, that they are in need of a Savior, that they have confessed that sin and received the salvation that is provided for them in the sacrificial death of Jesus Christ on the cross, and believe in his resurrection for their hope of eternal security. Unless you've done that, unless you've repented and believed, that's 101. Now, church membership and all those other things, none of that other stuff is the deal.
And now, do I care if the President of the United States is a Christian? No, I don't. This is where Frank's coming from. He's getting hired for a job. That's not important to me.
Right.
Now, it's important to me that he is, it's important to me who he believes in and what his faith is. I mean, if he is Richard Nixon was a Quaker, for instance.
Sure.
I don't care about that. Mitt Romney's a Mormon. I don't care about that.
Sure.
Muslim, 10 years ago, I would have told you I don't care about that. Now I've seen Obama do what he does. And, but we will know them by their fruits. And Donald Trump wants to think we have stupid written on our forehead, right?
He does.
And that because he says he's a Christian, he is. And I don't care that he's not a Christian. I care that he's lying to us. And I also care that he's setting such a low bar. Oh, I never asked God for repentance either, but I guess I can be a Christian if Donald is.
The fruit of the Holy Spirit is a biblical term that sums up the 9 attributes of a Christian's life according to St. Paul in his letter to Galatians. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22-23.
Okay, run those again for me. Here, is Donald Trump blank?
Love.
Yes, he's loving.
Joy.
Joy, yes.
Peaceful. Peace.
I guess so.
Forbearing.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Give us a good synonym for that. Forbearing.
Does he put up with long-suffering?
Patient.
Long-suffering.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Faithfulness.
That's debatable, right?
I don't know.
Gentleness. Self-control.
See, I think he loses on the last two.
But a work in progress.
Sure. And here's the thing. Look, and I wasn't the first one, but amongst this radio program, I did open my mouth really loudly and say that Trump's Christian. Look, if Trump by his standard, he believes himself to be a Christian, that to me is just fine for him right now. Okay, do what you got to do, man. If you're deceived, please don't be deceived. I don't want him to be deceived. I care about his eternity. But I think I would echo to a degree Mac's point. It's not so much whether or not Donald Trump believes he's a Christian. Okay, that's fine. If Donald Trump believes he's a Christian, and by my standard, I don't think so simply because he said, no, I've never asked for forgiveness. I've never needed to do that. I'm not that kind of guy.
See, to me, that's
right.
Isn't that stark?
That is a stark contrast, but that's huge. But all that should be set aside. I think the thing that was offensive the most was the shallow pandering, my words, at Liberty University. It was cheap, it was shallow, it was low. And I've been thinking about this a lot over the weekend. If you're going to lie to me, and probably every candidate running for office right now has probably lied about something. But if you're going to lie about something and you're going to lie to me, do a good job. The one thing I don't want to do is know you're lying. I don't want to feel like you're lying to me, because then the joke's on me. Then I'm stupid. If I go with it, then I'm stupid. The thing that was so upsetting about Trump's comment about that he could stand on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan and shoot somebody and his supporters would still go with him, the thing that's upsetting about that is if you were a Trump supporter, he just called you stupid. He just called you stupid.
Yep.
I'm not saying you're stupid.
That was a little tongue-in-cheek. I even had a devout Jewish guy who's a little opposite of me. He's liberal. He even defended that comment as being taken out of context. It was tongue-in-cheek. It was.
He was being. He obviously.
I got the quote right here.
Obviously, he's not saying that if I really did that, but he is saying that Trump supporters blindly follow him. He's saying my supporters are so loyal to me, it doesn't matter what I do, they are for me. Now, that to me says he doesn't actually care what you think. He's going to do whatever he wants because you're just going to blindly follow him. And that is the great. If I was a Trump supporter and I had considered being a Trump supporter, if he becomes the nominee, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I've considered being a Trump supporter, and that kind of rhetoric is degrading to his constituents. If you're a Trump supporter, call us in and explain to me how that made you feel at 515-244-0077. I know a lot of our listeners are Trump supporters. There's still a lot of people in central Iowa that support Trump. I want to know why you still support Trump. 515-244-0077.
Well, going back to the fruits of the Spirit that I laid out for you, on what given day, if somebody looked at the fruits on your tree, on what day would you manifest all of those? We're all a work in progress. I would suggest that Trump is no more or no less a work in progress than me.
Right.
So, that's it. This is a little bit trying to get into someone's heart, and I don't know anyone's heart or anyone's intentions.
The point. I don't care. Let's say the guy. If Ted Cruz made that same statement. If Ted Cruz made that exact same statement, I don't doubt that Ted Cruz
is a Christian thing.
If he said the same thing, my supporters look at me. Everybody loves me. They love me. I couldn't do anything wrong. If I stood in the middle, if Ted Cruz said that same thing with that same attitude and the same Trump style, if Ted Cruz said that, I would feel the same way about Ted Cruz. It's degrading. It's rude. It's insulting. This is not about whether the man's a Christian or not. I do care, frankly. But that's not what this is about. This is about something else. And are we paying attention to that?
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Next hour, Mark Sherrod on the phone with us. He's got a rally going tonight. He's going to ask you to join him. Drake University, 6 o'clock. We'll talk about that next, live here on The Truth.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on webcast1live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, because I've been there.
Rockton Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for their opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens. Rock on. This is Pat McManus for Rockton Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Ten minutes before the top of the hour, Salem Radio Network News, and then Mark Sherrod on the phone. He's got a rally going tonight at Drake University. He went and saw the movie 13 Hours, and he's a POW, former POW from Vietnam, and Mark just went nuts. And if you're wondering, where do I know that name? You don't know that name. He's just a brother of mine in my Bible studies. But the guy, a quiet, soft-spoken man, he's just He's off the rockers when it comes to this Benghazi thing. And Bob, you said that you saw the movie.
Yes, I did.
Tell me what you thought.
It had a big impact on me. And well, it's for me, and I knew, of course, that they never received any help, but it shows a reality that you're sitting there the whole time, and the movie is, I don't know, about 2.5 hours.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, but it's but it says 13 hours. If you could imagine going through that for 13 hours, calling for help, and nobody comes. And they were in communication, and then it had the effect of showing, the F-16 fighter sitting on the landing. Nobody was going there. It showed all these places that could have sent help, but no help was ever sent.
Did they say why no help was ever sent?
No, they don't. They never
don't imply that or anything?
No.
Well, I heard the director on a talking show over the weekend or last week say the movie
On a talking show.
Yeah. On a talk show, news show, that the director with purpose made it a non-political movie. He's just telling the facts as the story was given to him.
Right. Yeah, they didn't mention any names. Possibly the State Department. Did you hear anything, any word, anybody get back to you about sending help? And the CAA chief was saying no. Well,
they had 3 of the guys on Fox last night, plus the director. Maybe that's what you saw. And I would like Hillary Clinton to challenge the validity of that movie in front of one of those men, and both have a microphone and no cutoff time.
Secret Service.
She can't hold water to these guys.
Secret Service wouldn't let those people nowhere near her because they wouldn't let no one ask her a tough question.
Well, I'm just telling you. It's so anyway. That's coming up next hour. We'll talk about that next hour. Iowa Nice is getting tested this week before the First in the Nation caucuses. The leadership of the free world, whatever portion you think remains, is at stake. And once again, voters threaten to flee the country depending on who wins the White House. But let's not lose our decorum. More than 1,600 members of the media will cram into a single filing center alone in downtown Des Moines. In other words, watch out. If you jaywalk this week, there may be a reporter there to stop you in the middle of the street and ask whether your preference for jaywalking indicates who you'll support in the caucuses. They've taken over Capitol Square. Do you know Capitol Square? I don't know.
The area near that East Village area, or where
no, not quite. It's the building that used to have it's now called Cowles Commons, and it used to have it's got the umbrella.
Gotcha.
The big green umbrella.
Yep.
So the media has set up a stage there where all the anchors can or reporters can stand there with their microphone and the camera's focused on them. And that's where they'll be reporting from.
Do you kind of regret not being downtown now?
No. The presidential candidates will funnel through Des Moines for a final pair of massive events. The Democrats tonight in a forum at Drake University, and the Republicans on Thursday rumble in a debate at the Iowa Event Center. In the interest of promoting civility and to help Iowa put our best face forward for viewers in Tokyo and everywhere else, we have a couple of things to help you relax and enjoy the caucuses. 1, attend one of the town halls or forums that is on the calendar before the caucuses. All the time you spent in recent weeks on Facebook giggling over Sarah Palin's endorsement speech for Donald Trump, or the fake photo of Hillary Clinton wearing a cloth getup to appeal to millennials. How about you transfer some of that fascination to local issues that concern your county supervisors, your city council, or your school board? Boy, I like this article. I realized that's the presidential horse race is sexier, and Katy Perry and Demi Lovato aren't exactly likely to come to Iowa and rally in support of a new sewer project in downtown Des Moines. But remember, that's where you can make the difference in your own zip code. So a lot of this was written by a Des Moines Register reporter who did a good job because he's right. We're going to get tested this week. I failed the test. I've already failed the test because I've already decided I'm not going to have a good week. We've got people coming in every day for campaigning, and the Trump thing over the weekend just kind of sent me over. And Chris, you said it perfectly. When Trump said he could walk into Fifth Avenue in New York City and shoot somebody, and his followers would still follow him and be loyal to him, that's about me.
That's right.
He thinks he can do anything, and we will still follow him. And I'm afraid he's probably going to win the caucuses on Monday night. And I do not want Hillary Clinton as the president. And if Donald Trump's the only one that can beat her, then I'm going to plug my nose and vote for Trump in the standard election in November. But my gosh, in heaven, I just can't believe he said that. And see, and here's the other sad thing. All right, so you think, well, when he gets into the White House, he'll be surrounded by his handlers and things will calm down. No, because his handlers are telling him now what he shouldn't do. In that same speech, the video that I watched that was actually on the Huffington Post, they put two, everybody edits these videos together, but they put two parts of his speech together. And the second part of his speech that the Huffington Post released next to that comment that you just made was the comment regarding his handlers and the people telling him what to say and the lobbyists and giving him money. He doesn't listen to any of that stuff. Trump does what he wants to do. Yeah. So I think that I ain't going to say that. I'm just not going to say that. I don't think I could hold my nose and pull for Trump. I don't think I could pull it. I don't think I pull the handle for Trump. Even in the general election? In the general election, if it was him and Hillary, I don't think either one of them would do us any good. So I could care less.
Political pundits have said that they believe this is going to be a record-breaking caucus for Iowa, the number of people.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe 200,000.
I hope so. You got to go out. You've got to caucus. It matters. This is what I'm being told. I'm going to do it. This is my first time I've ever done it. It's Monday night. I'm going to do it. And I can tell you the one person I'm not going to caucus for. You're sure? I'm sure. You changed your mind. You were leaning towards him for a while. I was. I liked Trump for a little while. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
I don't think he was ever going to caucus for Trump.
I don't know that I was going to caucus for him, but I was definitely more a fan of him.
Rubio is who you're going to caucus for.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll know Monday for sure.
Okay.
I'll have to do something I'll have to put somebody's name on that page. Maybe I'll scribble really wildly and
put Frank's name.
Put Frank. I don't even know.
All right, we've got Salem Radio Network News coming up at the top of the hour, and then Mark Sherrod will be with us talking about the protest he's going to offer up tonight at Drake University. He's going to ask you to be there. I hope you listen. We're coming back live on The Truth.